Okay, y'all, good morning, good morning. It's Monday, and we got a lot to do today. The Zack Attack and Francisco's gonna be out here with me. Ain't a lot happening, man. Ain't a lot happening, man. So on the new Exmark, the damn, man, it took me, I had to cut every bolt off of that baffle, the baffle, to get the mulching kit off that mower. And I had to take off those blades, because those blades cost a lot of money, man. They're mulching blades. But I don't really like all that mulching stuff. You know. Yeah, but I had to pick the mower up. I didn't get no video of none of that, man. I was just so agitated with the whole thing. Anybody want an Exmark mulching kit? They pay for shipping. They can have the one I got. But I was talking to my boy Shane this morning over there at DLT. Big shout out to him. You know, he's having to, he's using the Exmark mower right now, and because his mower went down, and he's seeing that they're not bad mowers, you know. But he's gonna be cutting a lot of grass today, so he should be putting out a video over his thoughts over the mower. When you go from a stand on to a sit down, you know, I can't relate, man. Not only a stand on to a sit down, but from a stand on to a different brand sit down, and different deck size, power, and all. So I don't know, man. We'll see if we can turn him into an Exmark semi fan. But I was just talking to him for a minute, and he was telling me about the mower. I think his buddy let him borrow it, which is pretty cool, man. Somebody let you borrow their mower, is, you know, to go make money with. That's pretty nice of them. You know, this one customer, she's texting me, and I'll show y'all when we get over there, man. She keeps trying to add stuff to it, man. You know, her property is already like 2.5 acres, man. You know, 2 acres and some change, and I'm only charging her $110. And that's just to mow the grass. I'm not going to be getting into all this other stuff that she's, well, do you think you could spray this? And you think you could start cleaning out that? No. We're spending the same amount of time there, you know. We spend about an hour there. And that whole hour takes mowing the grass. The customers will be, they'll push you all the way. I wasn't going to say nothing to her. I'm gonna wait till I get over there and get done, and get over to the property to make sure I'm talking about the same thing she's talking about. I don't want to say nothing in the text message, man, that might, you know, upset her or whatever. So I'm gonna make sure I know what I'm talking about before I send her. Because I started to send her a text, and, you know, like, well, that's not part of the yard. You can't. I mean, they had a garden that was partitioned off, and he got black plastic all on the ground. Customer, she's crazy, man. She wants me to start mowing inside there with all that plastic and shit. And see, when I took on this job, it was just to cut the grass. All the beds, man, there's a lot of, I mean, and I only charge her $110 to cut all the grass. That's a lot of grass, ain't it? We could go cut 2 yards somewhere else for 60, you know. I mean, that's a lot of grass here. Yeah. But she keeps trying to add on, like, she wants me to mow inside this thing right here, dude. And I'm like, under the trampoline? Well, not just that, but this whole area right here. Yeah, you see all the plastic and stuff? Yeah. See, this whole area right here was fenced in when I bidded this job to begin with. So now they done took the fence down, and now she wants me to mow inside there, but they're not picking up the plastic or nothing, and they're not giving me more money either. So then she calls me, texts me this morning, says, well, the spray doesn't look like the spray worked when I sprayed last time. And I'm looking at dead shit everywhere. Yeah, the spray worked, man. It worked.
Yeah, I see over there.
You see where I sprayed? Yeah. I mean, I hate the customers. They always try to minimize, you know. And then you can see the spray down the lines there too.
Yeah, over there where
yeah.
I was cutting it. Yeah,
I mean, I ain't even charging her to spray. But she gonna call me and this morning and tell me, hey, I need y'all to do this and I need y'all to weed eat this, but she ain't paying more money. So what she trying to do is make this part of the yard without adding more money to it. Well, you ain't gonna add 2,000 square feet or, you know, 1,500 square feet and then cry about everything else. She's already paying low already. She can't add nothing to it. You know, for me to spray a property like this, I would charge about $60 just to spray it. You know, I'm not charging her nothing. I'm using it to kind of help us, but she doesn't see it like that, you know. Okay, y'all. So here's a new one that we're on. Francisco is going to have to, but this is good grass here, so we're going to, yeah. Francisco can weed eat. I'm gonna try to set y'all up somewhere where y'all can see, but I don't really know where, man. There really ain't no place to put y'all, man. Okay, y'all. So we're cooking with gas, man. It's 12:30, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We headed. Zach's at the 13th one. Yeah, it just don't make sense to do it any other way. Zach's going to have to work a little bit late today. They're all real easy, though. The one that Zach's going to is real easy. My buddy Shane over there at DLT called me.
What's up, boss?
What's up, man?
Okay, so I will tell you this much.
Okay.
That thing cuts pretty good.
It does cut pretty good?
It does.
I got you on, I got it in stone. I got you on video.
Hey, that's okay. It cuts really good. It does ride decently. It is pretty bumpy on bumpy yards, even with the seat.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But have you noticed that? Are you putting your foot on the foot pedal to kind of?
No, the guy's got the seat broke and it's all the way back, so I really can't.
I see. That makes it a hard ride for you, dude.
It does cut better backwards than the Skag does. Yeah, you're right about that for sure.
It cuts almost as good backwards as it does forward.
Yeah, I would agree. It's almost like the grass disbursement is really good on it.
Yeah.
At least I think, because all my yards are right now at 7, 8, 9, 10 days.
So what height or what setting are you on?
4 inches.
See, my mowers down here, they never see 4 inches. I mean, right. We're always at, like, I'm on 2.5.
Right. And yeah. So. See, ours is all 4 inches, and it's cutting great, dude. I'm gonna have some, some video showing the stripes on it. It stripes really well. I got no issue with that. The one thing I will say, and this goes with all set downs, I have only cut about 40 minutes between the 48 and the 60 inch. I've only cut about 40 minutes off of my day, and it's because when I go to blow, I can't put the blower on and jump on the mower and blow off. That stander is so much faster and efficient. It's insane.
Yeah, especially if you got a blower, you know.
Yes, and I'm
so how much time did you save, actually?
I saved about 40 minutes on the day so far, and I got 1 yard left.
Right, but you're having to go back and get the blower and walk with the blower too. That's more work.
I gotta walk with the blower, so that's what's slowing me down. Had this been a 60-inch stander, think I would have beat it by about 2 hours, man.
By the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean it.
Now what I do on my sit down is I keep one of them. I keep down one of them little BG handheld blowers.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea to have if you're gonna, do a sit down. But I'm telling you, Ray, if you would ever get a 61 inch or a 60 inch and mow with that thing, the time in the cornering is so much quicker with the stand on.
Damn,
Just going, because we stripe here. You guys don't necessarily stripe.
No, not this early in the year anyway.
Right.
Well,
so,
the yards that I do too, I do a lot of trashy yards too.
Well, you do a lot of country yards.
Yeah.
And I notice, on your videos when you cut, it's like almost cutting like a square or whatever. But the time it takes to stop at the end of the row, do a 3-point turn is so much slower on a sit-down mower.
And you'll tear the ground up with a sit-down. It's heavier.
I tell you what, dude, I do. I will say this: if you get it on video, if you want,
it's on video right now, y'all. Y'all hear him?
I do like the Exmark. I do like the top of the line Exmark.
So it's changed your opinion just a little bit.
It has. Yeah,
Just a little
it has.
bit.
I mean, and I think the reason why I didn't like the other one is because it was the step down from the Laser Z.
Yeah. And then once you get used to it, like the Skag has grown on me. I hated it to begin with, but
Right.
It's a necessary, but I can get on that Skag and I can make some yards look really good. And it's not a hard ride, it's not a bumpy ride, it's got plenty of power, all the things that, it stripes nice, it throws the grass good. I mean, all the things that, but when I first got it, I was so used to, 60-inch, heavier machine, used to, all the things like that,
I just don't. I don't want to compare a stand on versus a sit down in this video, just for the simple fact sit downs are a totally different beast.
Right. Definitely.
And I will say this cuts very nicely. It does have a lot of power. It's got the 801 on it.
I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same one. That's the same one on the one that I bought. That's like a 25 horsepower.
That is got. It's very fast and it cuts at a fast speed.
Yeah, it definitely will, man. I mean, it cuts good. Now, production wise, if you're just cutting big areas, shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit, and you ain't worried about striping or nothing. Shit, the motherfuckers will get it done.
What, if you're just cutting big acreage, you can't go wrong with this thing. And I mean, honestly, this feels a lot heavier duty than the what's the one down from this?
You got the S series and the E series, and then you got the Radius. Radius is almost like a high-end homeowner.
Okay, whatever is the one down from this is the one they let me borrow. That thing felt like a tin can.
Yeah, now you start getting on the smaller ones, and they're not the steel's not the same gauge steel, and if you look at the way the build of the Exmark is, it's the same way with my Turf Tiger. The build. You look at how everything's built on it. The big bolts and nuts, the big rods holding things together. It's not like no candy ass shit you get at Home Depot or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can definitely tell the difference if you're out here mowing grass for a living.
If people are going to compare mowers, you have to compare high end to high end.
Right.
I don't see, other than the ride and the steering, I'm not real hip on Exmark steering.
Right.
Over the Skag, because I think.
But just think if you had never been on a Skag and you just started out with Exmark, you wouldn't know how smooth the Skag really is.
Right. Yeah, you don't. That's what I say. If you are used to Exmark, it's going to be hard to say, I better get a Skag.
Right.
And got used to it. I would probably like it. I mean,
I love it. Y'all hear him? Y'all hear him? That's my boy. That brother-in-law, he loved it. Hey, I'm just glad that you're able to borrow a mower. I mean, not many people gonna let you borrow their freaking mower. So
I know, dude.
Let's just keep it real right there, man.
That was huge for me. I was really blessed with that because I was way behind.
Okay, y'all. So I just got off the phone with a company that does concrete floor grinding and refinishing and all. Man, they want $7,000 to do that floor in my shop. That ain't happening. You'll see Ray out there with a grinder, with a freaking, with an angle grinder grinding that concrete before I pay that much, man. I was thinking like 3. That's what I was thinking. And when he told me 7, I felt like, well, what do I know though? I mean, I'm not gonna knock nobody for what they charge, right? I mean, it ain't worth it. But when people charge you stuff, or people charge you, it's got to be worth what they're, to me, that's not worth $7,000. Not when I know that I could go rent the equipment, not as good as their equipment, and I could probably do it myself, not as good as them. But me and Francisco and Zach could do it in probably a day or 2, and I'd be way under $7,000. So, and well, Ray, man, you charge what you charge. Other people charge what they charge, and that's right. You're absolutely right. But the thing about it is, they get to choose whether they have me do it or not, and whether it's worth it to them. I'm not going to try to negotiate with him. When he told me $7,000, I said, what does that include? He said grinding and then blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, but I know I can rent a concrete grinder. I don't know, man, but it ain't gonna be as much as a Mini X per day. I don't know, a couple $100 a day, maybe. Shoot, I'll save that money, man, and I'll give. I'll make it. I'll just make a couple of days work out of for me, Zach, and Francisco. I don't know, man, but I just thought I'd tell y'all that, man. I might have to patch this video together, man. I'm all over the place today. Peace out. Okay, peeps, we got done today, man. So hell to the year. We had a good day, man. A real good day. We actually, yeah. Now Zach kind of got hung up a little bit on the time wise. Well, and it ain't his fault. It's just the way the timing came out to where it wasn't going to make sense for 2 trucks to be going down that side over there of the county. So Zach said he'd go do them, man. So I just let Zach, and I'll give him a little extra today. So yeah, it's 2 o'clock, and I don't know how much longer it's gonna take Zach. Probably another hour, I would say. So I gotta say, y'all, I'm pleasantly surprised with the power of the new Exmark. I am. I'll be honest, I haven't noticed any difference, and I thought I would. I was wrong, man. I was wrong. I thought that I would notice a big difference in power. And so all you guys that have, come in the comments and say, hey, man, don't worry about the power, man. Y'all right, man. I was wrong. I was worried about the power. But I haven't known or seen any drop off in power from the 29 calorie and the 25 calorie. Not yet. Now, will the mower last as long? Well, that remains to be seen. But I gotta say, at 900 hours, it's the mower is. I mean, the hydraulics feel brand new. I mean, see, the hydraulics on my mowers, well, they get worn, man. They get worked out here. There's a such thing as putting 1,000 or 900 hours on a machine, and then there's a such thing as putting 900 ray hours on a machine. 2 totally different entities. I put these mowers in everything, man. Through everything, in everything. No joke. You know, today we'll probably profit. The business will probably profit around $600, and that's with paying the guys, and that's with fuel, and then a little extra too. 100 for miscellaneous. It's 2 o'clock. Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's Sammy time. Monday. Peace out.